Hello Panda Warriors. So October is usually known for its kind of spooky, scary skeleton Halloween vibes. But today I want to talk about something a little bit more serious. And October is also Mental Health Awareness Month. So today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about that. So I feel like on YouTube we talk about mental health quite a bit. And it's usually in a positive light. We definitely, I feel like a lot of the YouTubers that I watch definitely advocate for having good mental health and for taking care of yourself and doing things, having your you time and being able to, sort things out on your own. I'm in no way claiming to be a mental health expert. I'm not going to school for it. I'm just taking experiences that I've had personally and experiences that I've known that friends have had and family members have had. So something I can relate to is definitely having like these spirals, I guess, of negative thoughts, where it's like just all of a sudden you start falling down this hole of like, bad thoughts and bad feelings and your fears and like, no one likes you and things aren't, ever going to go your way and you should stop trying. And I understand those feelings. I get those a lot. But I just wanted to kind of touch on how I cope with that kind of thing and how hopefully maybe I can help you out in the process of it. So in the very beginning when these negative thoughts started coming, I was probably in high school around, I'm not quite sure exactly, probably sophomore or junior or so, where I started falling into these dark spiral things. I mean, I was like, I was fine on the outside, but when I was like by myself every once in a while, I would suddenly get this thought and everything would just kind of spiral out of control from there, and I would just sit and be terrified for the next few minutes. I didn't know what to do. I didn't understand why this was happening. I just knew that I was kind of spiraling into these things. I just kind of got lost in my own thoughts and my own mind. It wasn't actually until a few years later where I got some advice that really actually kind of helped with this process. Now, I know it's not a definite cure and I still fall into these spirals, but this advice that I'm going to give you that I got from actually one of my YouTubers that I watch, Jody Clark. I've mentioned her quite often and she's really big when it comes to advocating for mental health, and she's just really wonderful. I know she's worked through some of her own stuff and she's still working through it, but she gave me some advice, not personally, but through Instagram, she gave some advice that I really enjoyed and I really thought that applied to me, and I've tried to apply it to my life, and I hope that helps you guys as well. So first off, these negative thoughts, these spirals, don't suppress them or don't like push them away. I know when I first started getting them, I was afraid that by like confronting them, they would get somehow worse, and that by confronting them, it would make them reality, but that wasn't quite the case at all. Confronting these thoughts, these feelings, these fears, it was like one of the best things that once I started doing it, I was able to like rationalize it out. I was able to look at it for what it is, and I was able to, discuss it with myself, I guess, and figure out why I'm having these thoughts and feelings, and if they're really if there's some weight behind them, if they're rational, I guess. So the first thing I do with these negative feelings is I kind of ask myself why I'm feeling this. Not like a negative kind of why are you feeling this, but more as like a, what situation maybe has brought me into feeling this, or what kind of, how am I feeling right now, or what's happening around me that could be possibly triggering this kind of feeling for me. For example, if I had just failed a test, maybe my whole entire mindset would turn into this more, you're a loser, you're going to keep on failing, nothing's ever going to get better when it comes to this, you're not smart. And that's really a bit more of a situational problem that I would have that's negative. But it was confronting this is, okay, why am I feeling like I'm never going to succeed and that things aren't going to get better? Well, it's probably from the test. And from there, I was able to, things will get better. They have gotten better in the past. It wasn't right away, but something's going to happen right away. So we can't expect things to happen just like that. So it's more just kind of working through that and rationalizing it out and saying it, okay, I'm feeling this way, but I won't always feel this way. It will eventually go away and it will get better, even if it may not seem like that at the time. Another thing I really like to do with these negative thoughts is trying to figure out if there's something I can do to change it, or if it's just something that's going to have to happen over time, or if there's anything I can directly do at this moment to make this go away or to make this better. Now, it's not going to go away completely, but just, to kind of ease it a little bit. So sometimes bad things happen to people and there's no really reason for them. It's just someone gets sick, or someone, gets injured, or something happens to someone where it doesn't seem fair, but you have no control over it, and you feel helpless from it. But you need to realize that there's nothing really that you can change from that, and that taking that on as your responsibility, or you're supposed to do something, isn't fair to yourself and it isn't fair to the people around you. And so in situations like this, I just like to stop and I like to realize, and I like to ask myself, is there something that I can do to change what is happening right now? Is there something that I can physically do that's going to change the situation? And for the most part, the answer is probably going to be no. And from there, you can realize that you can't do anything to change it. No one else is expecting you to do anything to change it, because there's literally nothing anyone or you can do to change it. So from there, you know it's not in your hands anymore. You just have to let it go and hope that things will get better. And sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. But you understand that you had no power to change it. You're not the reason that it happened, and you're not going to be the reason that it stops. It's just out of your control, and you need to accept that. Situations like that where it's like, I know I'm not in control, and like that realization and letting myself realize that I'm not in control and just kind of let go, I guess, definitely helps me when it comes to those kind of situations, just because I know that I don't feel like the burden was never on me, but I placed I placed a burden on myself, thinking that I was supposed to be the one to change something or to do something to make it better. But I guess by realizing, hey, I can't change the situation, it helps me realize, okay, I was never able to change it, and then that kind of lifts the burden from my shoulders, because I'm not expected to change this impossible situation. Sometimes we also get these feelings that they don't make sense. It's that sudden everything's going fine and everything's going great in your life, and all of a sudden it's feels like there's a drop. It's not a situational thing. It's not like something that you're thinking you can change, but you can't. It's just there's all of a sudden you just get into this phase that it's you don't understand, that you start having these negative thoughts, but there's really no reason for it, and there's nothing you can have done, or there's nothing that could have triggered it. It's just these negative this negative spiral that you're feeling. And I guess this is one of the ones I definitely relate to quite a bit when it comes to this whole entire situation I get, because for the most part I'm doing pretty good. I'm pretty happy where I'm at, but I still kind of fall into these spirals of negative thoughts and things are bad, but I'm not even sure what exactly is bad. So that's part of the thing, is confronting it, and my thinking is, okay, something is wrong, something is bad is happening, and things aren't going right. And instead of burying that deep down and thinking, okay, everything's fine, just forget about it, bring it to your center, bring it to the front, and ask it, why is this what we're feeling? Why do you feel like things are going bad? Because I can name a bunch of things that are going good, but I can't think of anything that's going bad. And either it's going to become quiet because your thought's going to realize, okay, well, nothing's actually going bad. I was just feeling like there should be something going bad, but there's not. Or it's going to start picking out things that maybe did go wrong. I messed up that question in that test, or the person that I liked doesn't exactly care back, doesn't like me back, or something like that. It's going to bring out these small things that may seem big at the time, but aren't really. So you just take these thoughts and you just kind of talk them out to yourself. Okay, well, yes, I got the question wrong, but it's not. I got a bunch of them right. So this one question, I can't just focus on the good, bad part about this. I need to realize that, yes, out of all 10 questions, maybe I got one wrong, but I still got the 9 right. And I know now the answer, and I can definitely change that for the future, for future tests, and for future things like that. Everything's going to be okay on that front. And yes, maybe this person that I have a crush on doesn't like me back, but I really can't do anything about that. I can't make them like me. There's nothing I can do, no matter how much time I spend, that's not going to make a difference. So why would I take my time to worry about that kind of thing? Sometime there'll be a chance to find love, and sometimes there'll be a relationship, but it's just not now. It's just not with this person. You can spend this time worrying and wishing and hoping that some miracle will happen, something will happen, that this person will all of a sudden start caring about you. But this person isn't the person for you. They're not who you're meant to be with. And so why waste the mental energy on caring about that one question you got wrong, or caring about that one person that you think is going to be your forever, but isn't really meant to be your forever? Don't waste the mental energy on it. Don't waste your emotions on it. Just realize there's nothing that can be done about it. What's done is done, and that everything that you can control has been controlled, and you're doing great. but the rest of it you just need to leave up to whatever being you believe in. It's just, everything's going to be fine. You just need to learn to let it go. It's going to be okay. And that's kind of the ending point I want to leave on, is things may seem like they're never going to get better. Things may seem like they're always going to remain this way, and that there is no hope for you or for the future or for whatever it is that you're dealing with right now. But things will get better, and things will dissolve, and things will come to a conclusion. Everything will be okay. Now, for some of you this may not help, but for at least me it does. The idea that there are a million bunch of people out there, and you are only one of those millions of people. And chances are there are a lot of people who are going through the exact same thing as you right now. And chances are there is a bunch of people who have also already gone through that exact same thing and are out on the other side, are happier than they've ever been. You just need to learn how to let go and to kind of help yourself move through that process to get to that other side. Because you're not the only one that's dealing with those problems. Not that your feelings or problems are like not valid or anything like that, but things will get better, and people have had the exact same experiences as you, if not very close to the exact same experiences as you, and people will continue to have those experiences. But there always will be another side, because someone's already made it to the other side, which means it's definitely possible for you to make it to the other side, okay? And that's just something that definitely helps me, is that realizing that, okay, you know what, I'm not the only person feeling like this, and chances are there's someone else that who has already felt like this and is on the other side and is already, you know, come to peace with it or come to terms with it, and they're doing good now. So the chances of me being able to do it are also very high, because if someone else was able to do it, I can do it. Okay, so I hope that helped you guys out a little. It was just something that I wanted to talk about. Being Mental Health Awareness Month, I just figured if I can contribute at all to that one person who doesn't think they can get through it, I want to be that person that tells you guys it's going to be okay. You can make it to the other side. It's just going to take some time, but just know that if you can change something, you probably either already changed it or you now recognize you can make that change, and so you can change it, or it's out of your hands. And that some things just are more situational, and those feelings will go away, they will subside. It's just going to take a little bit of time, and it's totally valid for you to have those feelings. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it really did help you. If it did, give it a big thumbs up. In the comment section below, if you're having any problems right now that you want to talk about, something that's maybe going on that you're just not really sure how to either work through it, or you're not sure how to approach it, let me know. I'm definitely here to help. Like I said, in many ways, I am not a professional when it comes to mental health, but I've had experiences, and you've had experiences, and I'm willing to help you through your experiences if you're willing to help me through mine. But even if you just want to chat, feel free to leave that in the comment section down below. I'll chat. I love chatting with you guys. And hit subscribe to be informed when I upload new videos. And other than that, I will see all of you colorful people in the next video. Alright, bye.